Children, come inside! It's snowing! Come inside, children! Children, why don't you finish up with this lesson, all right? And then you can go play. Or you can go play in the hallway. I know it's snowing outside.
Children, it's story time again. And I'm going to tell you a story about Allie, the Santaville pussycat. One morning, Santa was reading one of the hundreds of letters he receives each day from the children around the world when he came across a letter from a little girl asking for a kitten for Christmas. Santa saw no problem with it because she had been a good girl all year. He decided she would get the present she deserved. 1 year had passed, and on Christmas Eve, Santa loaded up his sleigh, and off they went, delivering presents. They went from house to house, landing on the roof, if the house had a chimney. Or if not, they would land in the garden of the house and would use Santa's magic key, of course. As they landed in one of the gardens, Santa noticed the house was in darkness. There were no Christmas lights. The house looked deserted. Santa checked his computer and pulled up the wish list to see if he had made a mistake and come to the wrong house. There was a letter from a little girl living in this house, wanting presents. Santa then suddenly remembered the little girl and the house. Santa had delivered a kitten there only last year. They were in a bit of a dilemma.
What should we do with the presents?
Santa asked Rudolph. But he did not know either. Just then, Snowy, Santa's dog, jumped off of the sleigh and ran over to the hedge.
I can see the eyes of a cat!
Snowy exclaimed.
Quick, come and look!
So Santa trudged through the snow and over to the hedge. And there was a little cat lying in the snow, shivering. She was hungry and cold. Santa then recognized her of being Allie, the kitten he had delivered here 1 year ago.
Oh, my dear! She had been abandoned!
Santa picked Allie up and wrapped his coat around her to keep her warm.
Bring some hot milk and something to eat!
Santa shouted. He then realized what a mistake he had made by giving Allie as a present. A pet is for life, not just for Christmas. They delivered the rest of the presents and off they went, back to the North Pole, with one extra guest and a set of toys that had not been delivered. Santa assured Allie she would become part of Santa's village, and Santa introduced her to everyone there. Allie would become one of the family. Santa went back to his office and began checking his Christmas wish list to see where the toys should now be delivered. He checked every house in the world. Just then, his computer came up with the answer. One house showed no deliveries. Christmas Eve was still not over. Santa jumped back in his sleigh, and off they went to investigate. Santa found the house and went down the chimney. He could see it was a poor house, and the family had fallen on hard times, which is why they had left their previous home, and also their pet. Santa quietly went up the stairs, and there was the little girl asleep with a picture of Allie beside her bed. Santa realized then that although she loved Allie, her family simply could just not afford to keep a cat. That made Santa so sad. And so he left her presents and a letter telling her that Allie was now safe and well and had a new home, and one day she would come back and visit her. Santa prayed that the fortunes of the family would change, but it taught him a lesson that we should all remember, especially at Christmas time. A pet is not a present. It's a family member. Allie is now a happy cat and loves visiting children just like Santa.
Looks like Allie's stuck in that tree again. We should call the fireman. Oh, come on in.